Hello and welcome back to Culinary Haven. Today we're making a banana loaf, but we're turning it up a notch and we're making it chocolate. Chocolate banana loaf, which is absolutely delicious, fluffy, moist bananas and chocolate complementing each other perfectly. It's just a very, very good cake. Let's begin. Making a banana loaf, we'll start with preparing the bananas. We'll need 2 very ripe bananas, like, with the skin that has brown spots on it. Ripe, soft and sweet. Just mash it with a fork. A really ripe bananas has a much better aroma, which the cake will benefit from. That's enough, that'll do. Next, we're going to prepare our cake batter. 60 grams of softened, unsalted butter, 180 grams of soft light brown sugar. Seems like a lot of sugar in ratio with the butter, but we have a lot of cocoa powder, which is very bitter. We need this sugar. So just cream it together. There's not much creaming happening because there isn't that much butter, but that will do. We will add the bananas and they will act as butter, and now we'll cream them all together. That's better, that's creamy. Now we're going to add 1 large egg and whisk it in. Next we're adding 100 grams of Greek yogurt. If you can't get Greek yogurt, natural yogurt will do. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract. I'm using my homemade vanilla extract. Stir it in. And now with the dry ingredients. We're adding 150 grams of plain flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 30 grams of cocoa powder, and sift it all together for better distribution of all things. And also cocoa powder tends to be lumpy and it helps to get rid of them. And now fold it all in. I prefer to do it by hand because we need to mix the wet and dry ingredients just until combined. That will ensure that our cake is fluffy. The more you mix, the longer you mix the cake, the tougher it gets. So just until combined. No dry ingredients. Done. And lastly, 100 grams of chocolate chips. I'm using 50 grams of dark and 50 grams of milk chocolate. And fold it in. So we're using cocoa powder and chocolate. So it's just chocolatey and amazing. That's it. Done. And now we're going to pour the batter into a greased and lightly coated with either flour, or I'm using semolina, which is just a coarser flour basically, because semolina and flour are both made out of wheat. And I'm using this specialty banana loaf tin. So let's do that. As simple as it is, like, everybody makes banana loaf, but adding chocolate makes it so much more delicious. If you love chocolate, you will adore this cake. That's all I'm saying. Give it a little tap, tap, tap. And now we're going to bake it in the preheated to 160 degrees Celsius oven for 50 minutes. So the cake is ready. Look at that, looking gorgeous, but it will look even better when I turn it over and we see this banana loaf pattern. It's super hot, so I just need to be careful. There we are. So, didn't stick to anything, as you can see. Palm trees and bananas all came out really, really well. But the proof is in the pudding, so we need to wait until it cools down and then slice it and see what it looks like inside. I think I've actually got too excited about this cake, so I put it on the platter, skipping the cooling part. So I need to hopefully safely move it onto a wire rack, let it cool, and then we'll slice it. Right, it's now cooled down. Let's transfer it here and look inside. Look at that. As promised, moist and fluffy, full of chocolatey goodness. You can see the chocolate bits and the banana. It's incredibly soft inside, and I highly recommend you to try it. In a nice contrast, the light crust created by the semolina coating on when we buttered the dish is just so lovely. You bite through this thin crust into a soft and moist cake. Amazing. If you wish, you can also garnish the cake before you serve it with melted chocolate, white chocolate or milk chocolate, but we decided that we'll just leave it as it is. It doesn't need anything, but if you want to be extra decadent, you can give it a chocolate coating. Thank you for watching this episode of Culinary Haven, and until next time, bye!